A timeless tale, the cow in sacred texts. The story of the cow, or Surah Al-Baqarah in Arabic, holds a significant place in Islamic tradition as the longest chapter in the Quran. This tale also resonates within Jewish scriptures, appearing in slightly different forms in the Torah and other texts. Across these faiths, the narrative serves as a powerful parable, illustrating the importance of obedience and faith in the face of seemingly perplexing divine commands. The story revolves around a murder mystery, the children of Israel and their prophet Moses. It explores themes of doubt, questioning, and the ultimate triumph of truth through divine intervention. This story isn't merely a historical account, it's a timeless lesson embedded within sacred texts. It reminds us that true faith often requires us to trust in something beyond our immediate understanding. The narrative of the cow urges us to look beyond the literal and delve into the symbolic, seeking the deeper truths hidden within. Moses, the messenger and the murmurings. Moses, revered as a prophet in Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, plays a pivotal role in this story. He acts as the intermediary between God and the children of Israel, conveying divine instructions and guiding his people towards righteousness. However, the Israelites, often depicted as a stubborn and questioning people, struggle to reconcile their limited understanding with the absolute nature of God's commands. Moses, having led the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt, found himself constantly challenged by their doubts and complaints. Despite witnessing miracles like the parting of the Red Sea, they often questioned his authority and God's wisdom. This lack of faith would be their constant companion, leading them to stumble even when faced with clear signs and guidance. A puzzling command: sacrifice a cow. The story begins with a heinous crime. A man is murdered within the Israelite community, and the perpetrator remains unknown. The people turn to Moses, seeking his guidance and a resolution to this injustice. God, through Moses, instructs them to sacrifice a cow. This seemingly unusual command initially evokes confusion and resistance from the Israelites. The very idea of sacrificing a cow might have seemed perplexing, even repulsive to some. They were accustomed to animal sacrifices as part of their religious practices. Yet this particular request came with no immediate explanation. Their questioning began, revealing a deeper struggle, an unwillingness to surrender to God's will without first comprehending its rationale. A labyrinth of questions narrowing the search. Instead of simply obeying, the Israelites bombard Moses with questions about the cow. Each answer, instead of satisfying their curiosity, leads to more specific demands. They ask about the cow's color, age, and even its past use. With every question, God narrows down the criteria, making the task seemingly more difficult and frustrating. The Israelites further, should it be a young cow or an old one, they inquired. God's response, it should be neither too young nor too old, but in between. What color should it be? They persisted. It should be yellow, bright in color, pleasing to the eyes, came the reply. With each question, the Israelites painted themselves further into a corner, unwittingly revealing their own reluctance to fulfill God's command. After much delay and questioning, the Israelites finally locate the cow that fits God's precise description. This cow, far from being ordinary, belonged to a pious man and was treasured by his family. Obtaining it required a hefty price, highlighting the sacrifices sometimes demanded by obedience. The cow's appearance was nothing short of miraculous. It embodied all the specified characteristics, silencing those who doubted the possibility of finding such a creature. This served as a stark reminder that God's power is not bound by human limitations or expectations. He can and will provide even when the path seems impossible. The Israelites, as instructed, sacrificed a cow. They are then commanded to strike the deceased man's body with a part of the sacrificed cow. Miraculously, the man is brought back to life for a brief moment, revealing the identity of his murderer before dying again. This divine intervention serves as undeniable proof of the crime and delivers justice. The earth, silent witness to the crime, is used by God to reveal the truth. This act underscores the idea that no transgression, however carefully concealed, can remain hidden from divine justice. The cow, initially a source of confusion and resistance, becomes the instrument of revelation, demonstrating the power of obedience even in the face of the unknown. The story of the cow isn't just about a crime solved, it's a stark illustration of the consequences of doubt and disobedience. The Israelites, despite witnessing countless miracles, allowed their skepticism to cloud their judgment. Their constant questioning and reluctance to simply obey delayed justice and highlighted their spiritual shortcomings. Had they trusted in God's wisdom from the outset, the path would have been smoother. Their incessant need for explanations and their attempts to rationalize divine commands ultimately hindered their spiritual growth. The story serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that true faith lies in surrendering to a higher will, even when it challenges our understanding. The story of the cow emphasizes the importance of faith over pure logic. The Israelites, focused on the tangible and immediate, failed to grasp the deeper significance of God's command. They sought explanations rooted in their limited understanding, failing to recognize that true faith often requires a leap of trust into the unknown. The cow, with its seemingly arbitrary characteristics, embodied this concept. It wasn't the cow itself that held significance, but the act of obedience it demanded. Their willingness to sacrifice this valuable animal, despite their doubts, ultimately led them to the truth and demonstrated their submission to a power greater than themselves. The story of the cow, though rooted in specific religious traditions, carries a universal message. It transcends cultural and historical boundaries, speaking to the core of human nature, our struggle with faith, our tendency to question, and the transformative power of obedience. This timeless narrative encourages introspection. It prompts us to examine our own relationship with faith and our willingness to surrender to something bigger than ourselves. It serves as a reminder that true enlightenment often lies beyond the realm of our limited understanding, attainable only through unwavering trust and submission to the divine.